What's up, everybody? It's your boy Hassan Ilyas coming to you live from San Diego again with a very special guest that I had no idea I was going to have on the show today. The one and only Dee Deng. Dee, how are you, sir?
I am good. Good to be in San Diego. Good to be in the States at a conference, no less.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no. You guys can't see this. It's really pretty out.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Awesome day.
Yeah.
Awesome conversation.
Yeah.
What else can you ask for, man?
So let me tell you a little about the podcast and also the audience and
Let's
why
do
we
it.
started it.
Let's do it.
The podcast, I don't even think it has a name yet. We're doing it under my socials, and it's been doing really well.
The Hassan Show.
Show, yeah. But I super duper love marketing.
Yeah.
I love mentorship, personal development, athletics, coaching, health. Like I wear toe spacers, wide toe box shoe. Like I like all of it.
Yeah.
The reason we started the podcast is as I progress in my marketing company, me as an individual, I loved helping people, and I realized I can't always do free work. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. But me as an individual, I love helping people, and I realized, hey, you know what? Maybe there's another way I can help people. And I was like, dude, if I interview people that I think are cool or inspirational or have some value to share, they can help my audience.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of the idea behind it. And since I saw you here yesterday, the first time I heard you speak was 2 years ago at Agency Founders.
Mm-hmm.
And so the Agency Founders event, it was all about scaling,
sales, how to
lead
close
generation.
clients.
And we had different pods that we were in. And then when you came up, it was mindset, journaling. Hey guys, let's take a breath. And I was like, this is so weird, but I love weird.
Nice.
So
nice.
where does that come from? Where does the mindset of D come from? Is that something you grew up as a child, or does it come from sports?
Not really. Remember how before we hit roll, so you guys don't know this. Before we hit roll, you're like, hey man, is there stuff that you haven't talked about on the videos?
Yeah.
So I think we're about to get into that.
Okay.
Because no one's asked that question before.
Oh, that's good.
So grew up a really angsty, angry kid. I'm 41, so born in '84.
Doesn't look 41.
Thanks, man. Born in '84, which means my teenage years were the '90s. Grunge, Rage Against the Machine.
Wow.
It was all.
Does that explain the hair or no?
No, not really. This is a whole other thing. That's the whole thing. But I was always angsty, and I think I was angsty because you grow up in Singapore, and I grew up in a really Western community.
Okay.
Because mom used to work in oil back when I was a kid, and worked in oil the entire time until she retired, and so you have a really expat community.
Sure.
English kids that look different to this.
Yeah.
Right, and this was Singaporean kid with Singaporean accent.
Yeah.
Going, wow, these people are fascinating. Wow, I'm invited over to their homes, and their parents actually ask him for their opinion. What the fuck is this kind of cool shit? I never got asked my opinion in my life. This. I've been alive for 10 years. What is this?
Yeah.
Right. So, a lot of angst of I think it was a part identity crisis of going I wish I was Western, so that I could have that type of family dynamic where my voice was valued, my thoughts were valued, or at least interesting enough to get asked by a grown-up. So a lot of angst growing up, and that anger, I used to have a really short fuse also.
Seriously?
A very, very short fuse.
Wow.
I would blow up at people. Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
When I was between 9 to 16,
Sure.
we lived at this one part of town, and every day around 4 or 5 p.m., all the kids would go to the park, right, and play at the playground. It would be the regular kids from the same neighborhood, and we had this one kind of like a flying fox thing. It's super short. You just hang on it, and it glides to the other side and glides back. So I was gliding this one time, and this girl, older than me, this girl older than me wanted to mess around, and she was like, hey, you skipped it, it's my turn. And she grabbed my shirt and pulled me off. I went off on her. Absolutely mental. To the point where you go, that kid needs to go see someone.
Oh, wow.
If I was an observer now. So that anger continued all the way until my 20s and even my early 30s.
Did you know you had an anger problem? Or did you know you had like rage inside of you?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So you were aware of it.
Yeah, I was absolutely very aware, but never understood why.
Yeah.
Besides messaging of like, you shouldn't do that. So whatever it takes to not do that, do that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is,
Yeah.
and it's not like you can control. It's not like an intentional, conscious decision to go, I'm gonna be angry right now, and then you go
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
It's so reactive. So that's the backstory.
Yeah.
And then I started having people in my life, my wife now, my now wife being one of them, back then my girlfriend, who would really call me out on it and go, you need to figure this out. And because if not, and also, it's, so my stepson back then was 7, 8 years old. So my anger doesn't just, like, isn't just, and it could be
It
something,
leaks out to
and
everybody.
it could not even be directed at them.
Yeah.
We'd be in a car, I'd be driving, someone would cut me off. They'd be in the car too.
Yeah.
We'd be chatting, whatever. Someone cut me off and like just jump on the brakes or something. And I would just lose it and start driving like a maniac to
Wow.
try to cut that person off.
Yeah.
Right? And after the red disappears, the red mist disappears, and me like profusely apologizing for
Yeah,
like
yeah,
4 hours.
yeah.
After enough of those times, you start to really go, if the world's gonna be full of these triggers.
Yeah.
I can't control that.
Yeah.
So it's just going to keep happening. Why not start looking inwards?
Mm.
So I was baptized Catholic when I was like 11 years old.
Okay.
And, like my take on the teachings from when I was a kid,
Yeah.
Sunday school and all that, was a lot of, I'm not saying the religion's like that, but the teaching that I received from my church was a lot of repression. You shouldn't be doing that. Right. But
Or
no.
fear-based.
Right. Fear-based, guilt-based, but no resolution. It's no, like, how do you process through this? So I started looking towards Buddhism,
Okay.
Zen, and not like going to temples or anything, just reading, picking up the books,
Yeah.
and just reading what they have to say about that. And it's less of a theology, like Buddhism's less of a theology than it is a way of being. Like,
Sure,
just
sure.
how to think through stuff and how to work through stuff. So it was a lot of that. Right, and that then you start going down that rabbit trail. You start going down like Wim Hof breathing,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
holotropic breathing, or box breathing,
Yeah.
or just sitting with your thoughts and being able to say, instead of going into that thought, just learning protocols to go, just a thought, just
Yeah.
passing through.
Yeah.
I don't have to grab it, touch it, do
Yeah.
anything. The next thought will come.
Yeah.
It'll pass
It's
through.
it's almost like creating space between my trigger and me. You know?
I use that all the time with the people I either coach or mentor.
Sure.
As long as you have that response inhibition, right? It's like a layer of fat. If you
Yeah.
just thicken that fat layer up a little bit,
Yeah,
it's a bit squishy. It's nice,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you get that insulation. So that space, 100%.
Yeah.
And that space isn't measured in time either,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's where it comes from, man. Like
What does the other side look like? Because you were on the hot side, very tempered side. What is it like now looking on this side?
it's a lot less anxiety inducing, right? A lot less. And also, I was a kid that was very much worried about, front of mind worried about how other people perceived me. Right? Because I wanted to look cool. I was that local
Yeah.
Singaporean boy wanting to look cool in front of all these Caucasian people who come from this like fantastic. They have golden hair
Yeah.
and multicolored eyes, and their girls are so pretty.
Yeah.
And their guys are so built, like, and
Yeah.
they'd speak well, like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was really conscious about that to the point where I didn't know who I was, short of the guy that wanted to please whoever was in front of him, or
Yeah.
at least like be liked by them.
Yeah.
So that was a very big behavioral driver for me,
Wow.
which is so detrimental
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because as long as, I forget where the phrase comes from, but as long as your locus of control is external to you, then you're at the whim of the world. So to now being on this side, I get to walk, and it's funny, people walk up to me and they're like, dude, you bring such a good, like,
Energy.
calming
vibe.
energy.
Cool.
I'm like, I appreciate that, first of all. But next of all, it's not that it sounds so ironic.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm trying to be calm wherever I go.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't give a fuck anymore. If I really wanted to be crass about it, it's like you could, to my face, just be like, you know what, your face, that's such a punchable face. I'd be like, that's cool, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's your name? Sweet. Hi,
Yeah.
man. Like this fuck's given her so much less now.
Yeah.
Which gave me this really strong
Yeah.
footing, to be like, this person could have whatever opinion of me, or this thing can happen right in front of me,
Yeah.
or someone might want to confront me, like physically confront, like an actual confrontation. But that base feels
Grounded.
really nice.
Yeah.
And I don't. If someone asks me, how do you synthesize this? I'll pay you $10,000 to create a course, and we can go sell it online. We'll make a ton of money, whatever. I'll be like, I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
To synthesize that,
Sure.
I know how to coach someone through it across time.
Sure.
By correcting the response
Yeah.
to stimuli.
Yeah.
But to turn into that,
Yeah.
I can't actually say, first I did this, and I
Yeah.
did that, and then I did that. But what I did do was go, who can I control?
Yeah.
And secondary meta version of that is, in here, who are the voices I can control?
Yeah.
So
So one thing, like when you were speaking 2 years ago, so yes, energy-wise, you're chill. There was something you said in your presentation where I was like, oh, it was either something about your team or talking to them, and I kind of saw this like very serious side, and I was like, oh, you know what? I think this guy's
Really?
like, he doesn't mess around though, like with his team. It was something you said I don't remember, but I was like, oh, you know what? This guy still like holds his ground, and like if he needs to talk to someone about something serious, he's not like a pushover. Because sometimes when someone goes from, they'll try to overcorrect, right? I used to have this, now I'm going to be super calm and nice, and now people walk over me. Now it's like, yo, dude. So I saw that, and I was like, okay, this guy's like,
right.
It's almost like Ip Man, you know? You know Ip Man?
Yes, of
Ip
course.
Man's like super cool.
So
chill,
let's
it's like,
give you the inside scoop. Ip Man.
Ip Man.
Yeah, it's like Yaman.
Is
like
that so?
Ip
Is that? It's not like man.
Ip Man is Cantonese, so his name is Yip Man. But to Western, to kind of anglicize it for
Yeah.
the movies and stuff,
Yeah.
Yip Man.
I
But if
love
you want
that
the inside
storyline.
track, it's like Hassan, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
if you got the inside track, you're
Man.
like Hassan straight
Ip Man.
away.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Hassan.
Yeah.
So Yip Man. But yeah, I get, keeping in mind, Singaporean, you have to serve your country when you turn 18.
Did you?
So I was in the fire department.
Okay.
So I had that drilled in me. I mean, I was one of those boys that did the whole like military band thing.
Got you.
I didn't join any sports clubs when I was, when I was in high school. So a lot of that type of stuff is drilled into you. And when you're in the fire department, especially in the Singapore fire department, because Singapore's never going to go to war.
Sure.
All the other countries have so much money in Singapore that it'd be really silly to.
Yeah.
So if you get drafted to the army, you don't actually get to see a lot of action. So you can kind of dick around and do all that type of stuff. But we're in the fire service. When we get deployed out of boot camp, we're live. We're out there, right? So it could be, most of the time it's car crashes or jumping from height or all that type of wacky stuff.
Yeah.
And when you see lives on the line in a very real type of way in that moment, you can't, excuse me, sir, excuse me, bro, when you have some time, do you mind please going to the fire truck and getting it's like, bro, now go.
Yes.
So you really shorten that. Working in the kitchen's the same. I think a lot of people that work in hospitality, especially kitchen settings, are the same.
Yeah.
When they're on, they understand to let's forget about niceties right now. The please, the could you, do you mind is a time waster for us doing what we need to do right now. So it's like, bro, now, burnt. Get one more.
Yeah.
You start getting to that rhythm, and then once the shift is done, everyone's having beers and they talk shit about what all that stuff. But when it's in that moment, you put your game face on. You understand that. So that's a big piece of the type of people that I look to work with as well, where you can get close enough to understand that terseness is not rudeness.
Yeah, and I think that like I was just literally gonna say like there has to be enough equity in the relationship where like when it's go time, it's not I'm being rude. It's like, oh, this is coming like. Anything he's gonna say, it's not to punish me. It's like, dude, we're just on it right now.
We're just on it right now.
And like, it's all love. I'm tough right now. It's all love,
Yeah.
But there has to be that balance of like, oh, dude, we love. Like, there's depth in the relationship in order to do that.
Right. For
Some
sure.
people do that too fast, and they're like, this guy's a jerk. Like, this guy's he doesn't care about. He's all about the money. Blah blah. It's like, no, dude.
Right.
Because I care.
Right.
We have
Totally.
standards.
And also because I care about the right thing. So what I mean by that is when you're in the fire department, you understand that in this moment right now, it is not about you or about me or about the space we have between you or me. That fucker is stuck under a car right now.
Yeah.
So let's do that.
Yeah.
So whatever it takes to take the stuff that's in here over into your in there and back, the minimum amount that we need to start moving our bodies towards that.
Yeah.
Right? So we hone in on the thing that we actually want to address.
Yeah.
And not lose sight of but you talk to me funny.
Yeah, yeah.
When someone's stuck under a car, you don't
yeah.
have time to say, you talk to me funny then, man.
Yeah.
Right? So I figure if I can transplant that into whatever other work setting we have, so that everyone has the same aligned understanding that what we need to address right now is the outcome of the thing.
Yeah.
So this is incidental to that. This must happen for that to happen.
Yeah.
So don't make this the main thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the main thing.
Absolutely.
This is after the moment's done. We can keep building on this thing.
Yeah.
Right?
By the way, guys, we've gotten so deep so fast.
Sorry.
I didn't even know what direction we were going in, but this is amazing. Okay. I actually, now that we're speaking, I think we align on many different things. Like you said, Wim Hof. Dude, I learned holotropic breathing from Jason Capital. As crazy as it is, he posted about it one time on his Instagram, and I was like, yeah. But I'm super into Wim Hof, ice baths, mindset. Like, I actually, because I was in sports growing up, I had a very...
What kind of sport?
Track and field. Yeah.
Oh, what kind of track and field?
Decathlon, if you know the decathlon.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Man, respect, dude.
So actually, my first sport was wrestling. I absolutely loved wrestling, but I was 6'2", 120 pounds. Wasn't going to get a scholarship.
Sure.
Wasn't going to happen.
Fair.
Played football as well. I didn't really understand the sport. Fair. Track, I just really blossomed, but I always struggled
with... Like duck to water?
Say it again?
Like a duck to water?
Oh, it was amazing.
Love that.
But growing up and playing in sports, I had a hard, self-confidence wise, very difficult for me. So I got really into figuring out personal development, how to be motivated, and that's kind of how I got into
What do you think caused the... Sorry, I have a tendency to do this where I interview the interviewer.
Yeah,
so
it's fine. Yeah.
What do you think caused the self-consciousness or the insecurity?
So it's actually similar to what your story is. I was one of the only Muslim brown kids in my public school.
Oh, brown and white?
So yeah,
I went brown and sea white.
I went to a private school till kindergarten, right? And then when I first went, I think first or second grade or whatever, I don't remember exactly. But second grade, when I introduced myself, I was, my name's Hassan, and the teacher's like, hey everyone, we have a new student, his name's Hassan. So it was I didn't have, I couldn't really be me. It was there was a Hassan version at home, and this is my family, real love, and then there was this other version. And that other version was always trying to fit in, wanting to be loved. I would joke around, and even now I joke around a lot, but I do it differently internally because when I used to do it then, I was like, hey, if I make somebody laugh, they're going to like me. If they like me, then we become friends, and then, now we're cool. So I used to do all these things. Can I become a macho man? Can I play sports? Should I get into fights? Should I do this? Should I do that? Where I was really looking for validation. And then as I got older,
validation, right? I
realized I don't have to do that. If I can make myself happy, and I will attract people that like that type of happiness. So, that personal development side really helped me because I was a very late bloomer. My brain didn't start working, and I'm okay with it. Maybe 25, 26.
My brain still isn't working.
Yeah.
So
I read your bio on Right Hook. It said he's a moron, but he's a genius. That's what it says.
Something like, yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's a good balance right there. But yeah, that's how I got into the mindset stuff. So I always tried finding things that could make my mind stronger. It's kind of how I landed there.
Yeah, for sure. It's so funny, right? You're so much of society now is about minimizing trauma.
Yeah.
All these Instagram posts, it's just guys, you got to recognize trauma, and your kids, your parents are bringing them trauma, and the parents are all feeling guilt and all that.
Yeah.
But let's just listen to your story for a second.
Yeah.
You are the way you are now because you sought to resolve trauma.
Yeah.
And, so...
And I think it's also the awareness side. So you brought up the anger, which I want to touch on earlier. Not that I was an angry child, but in our blood, we have a tendency of running very hot. And I've seen firsthand people absolutely lose it. When I say lose it, abusive.
Oh, wow.
So I saw that, and as
physical.
As I grew up, I noticed in me, I would talk to my mom about this. I was like, hey, I don't know what it is, but I have this feeling inside of me that I like, it's not that like I would act on my anger, but I felt it inside of me.
Sure. Yes.
You know, I
Yeah.
always tell my
Yeah.
mom about it, and she's like, you know,
Yeah. And
this
it's a
is-
physiological feeling
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not exactly like a mental. You feel.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I would also see people, like you said, you lose it so bad, you go red, you don't remember what happened, and then you profusely apologize, you feel guilty, you feel stupid, how could I do this? And it's like this cycle.
It's a cycle.
Right?
Exactly.
And then I would see people not accept that they actually have an anger problem. This happens sometimes. We're human.
Of course.
And it just like, then I was like, you know what? I want to solve this somehow. I don't want to be an angry person. And I saw the destruction that it caused. And I was like, you know what? I have to, and I think I overcorrected a little bit too much.
Sure.
But I'd
sure.
rather that than, I think
Yes.
the outcome or the what happens after you get angry, we grew up, you say like sticks and stones can break your bones, but words will never hurt me. Words will kill people. So like that, when you're angry and you have
That's so
words
old
that
school.
penetrate the soul,
Yeah.
yes, I have a bruise or I have a scar, but like that word is in there and it's very difficult to ever take out.
Yeah.
You're stupid. You're dumb. You know,
Chris
it's-
Nolan got it right, man. That Inception thing. It starts to become the default base programming of a human. Right?
Yep.
And then that code is so hard to just, it's not like you can just hit backspace and that code
Yeah.
is deleted. That line of code could stay in there
Yeah.
for decades.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I guess that's where therapists make their money.
Imagine like being a media buyer and like you always thought that you're supposed to spend, like on a new campaign, you have to spend $1,000 and you have to have a negative -5 ROAS. Imagine if that's what you grew up with and you thought that was normal. And someone's like, hey, wait, that's not normal. And then for them like, wait, how do I fix this? I did this 5 million times wrong. How do I fix it? Yeah,
Totally.
so
And guess what? My 5 million times wrong muscle is so developed
yeah.
that those pathways
Yeah.
are like this, right? So yeah, I totally get it, man. It's I'm good for you though to be able to like recognize it. Again, yet another opportunity where you witness trauma happening, which caused trauma upon you,
Yeah.
but it also was the feedback loop for you to then recognize,
Yeah.
I don't want that,
Yeah.
right? It's hard to not want what you have never witnessed before.
Yeah. And I was very observant growing up, so I would see things I didn't
I believe
understand, but I was like, okay, this is cool. I like this person.
Most immigrant children I found very observant because they come from one culture
Yeah.
and then they get to for like, you know, the like school hours,
Yeah.
they observe a completely different culture.
Yeah.
So you get contrast immediately.
Yeah. So interesting.
You're right.
You know, it's funny you said that. You said like you went to your friend's house and they were like asking their opinions and stuff. One time, I was talking to my friends. They were talking about spanking, right? They're like, yeah, I got spanked, blah blah blah. And then I started catching on, and then like someone's like, yeah, I got spanked so bad. My dad, like, he spanked me on the butt, and I was like, wait, you guys get hit on the butt? That's spanking? And then I started telling some stories, and then they're like, listen, you gotta call the police, man. Like, this is not right. And
Right.
you know, that doesn't fly anymore. But like, it was just such different backgrounds, you know?
It was so common.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, Asian people eat rice? It's as obvious as asking that kind of question. Wait, Asian people spank their kids? Yes,
Yeah.
the answer is yes
Yeah.
to both questions.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I didn't get smacked. We got caned.
Yeah.
So like a little like that rattan
a sugar cane?
cane. No, like a little rattan cane. So
Okay.
it's like the thin as my pinky,
Okay.
comes all the way out and it goes like
I don't think I've ever seen one before.
yeah, it's a very Southeast Asian kind
Okay.
of thing. And so you just stand there, you drop trowel, and you go. Yeah, you can recoil.
I felt that one.
Totally.
Even
So-
now, sometimes my mom will like, she'll do like this love thing where she'll like put her hand on me and she'll like go to give me a kiss, and I'll be like, she's like, why are you doing that? And I was like, I'm sorry, it's just trained response.
Totally. It's a trained response. It's a trained response. That neural
I
pathway.
love my mom,
is
by the way.
totally
She's amazing.
Yeah, but
Okay.
because that's the way they grow up.
Yeah. We're gonna get lost in the sauce right now, so I'm gonna ask a few questions before I forget, and I know we're gonna go on tangents.
Yeah.
So, I'm on the marketing approach. By the way, we're gonna go a different approach because I think you'll be able to give a lot of value to a different side of people's agencies. We'll get there. I want to know how you got into marketing. So, by the way, guys, one of the reasons we're interviewing Dee right now is Dee runs a very massive e-commerce agency,
D2C, yeah.
Right Hook Digital.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about it more, but before we do, how did you get into marketing? How did Dee go from either firefighter or angry kid, and how did he land in marketing?
Great. We can start with the firefighter thing, because sometimes the question is like,
Yeah.
how far back do you want me to go?
Yeah.
So I kind of
like, did you want to be a lawyer or a doctor or anything, or were you super smart and then like?
No,
Okay.
not smart.
Okay.
That part is a clean, easy one.
Okay.
Not smart. Dropped out of law school.
You were in law school.
Yeah.
Hey, you got into law school. That means you were smart.
Well, I guess.
Where'd you do law school? Were
Singapore,
you
Singapore.
in Singapore? So you're a Singapore dude for real. Okay.
Yeah, like when I go home, different accent.
Where are you Singapore?
Where
were you?
Do you know the Singapore kind of?
If you say something, I might. I have really bad geography.
So, because you've been to Singapore.
Yeah.
Where do you stay in Singapore? Do you remember?
I was
Orchard
like
Road,
7
Marina.
years old.
Oh, okay, got you. So I'm like northeast Singapore.
Okay.
But it just sounds funny to say because Singapore is longer than it is taller,
Okay.
country size.
Okay.
It takes an hour and a half to get from the east to the west coast of the country. It's small, bro.
Shout out your city or your town. Where? Come on, we want to hear it.
Right. So Serangoon.
Serangoon.
Yeah, Serangoon. But people don't even, because
Yeah.
it's so small,
Okay.
they don't even shout out their area code.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, that's
Do you know
that's
any-
like 3 blocks of land.
Do you know anybody that's came out from there where you're like, oh, Serangoon? You know?
No, we don't even do
Just
that.
you?
That's not even
Just
like
you?
a Singapore kind of thing. It's not even like you going like,
Okay.
UF, let's
Okay.
go. Yeah.
What was it? Part of a bigger province?
No,
Okay.
we don't have provinces in Singapore.
Okay.
That's what I mean. That's how small it is.
Singapore, guys.
It takes longer to drive to LA. Think about it for a second. We're in San Diego right now.
Yeah.
It takes longer to drive to LA than it does to drive from the east to the west coast of my country.
Wow.
So
What,
it's super
what was the landscape? What kind of like
Tropical, very tropical.
Okay.
Like, think like, if all the land development didn't happen,
Yeah.
it'd be swampland for
wow.
the most part, and then just tropical kind of trees. Think
What-
like, remember Predator 1? I don't know if you're old enough, like Arnie. when he
I
was the
think I
first
saw
Predator.
some clips of it.
That kind of vibe.
Okay. What did you like the most about Singapore? Like, is there something, a fond thing that when you think about Singapore, you're like, oh man, the rice, or I don't know.
Well, I think first of all, the way that country got developed,
Yeah.
because it went through a lot,
Sure.
right? It's a country that like got invaded by Japan in the 40s during the Second World War. My grandma was a young girl growing up then, and she saw like men getting taken away in trucks,
Sure.
shot in the back of the head.
Yeah.
So it went through that. It got kicked out of Malaysia, as part of Malaysia got kicked out because of the threat of communism. Had to figure the fuck out themselves.
Yeah.
And then now they're one of the richest countries in the world.
Wow.
That doesn't happen by accident. There are
Yeah.
no natural resources in Singapore. We
Interesting.
buy our water from Malaysia. If
Wow.
Malaysia one day just went like, you know what, fuck you guys,
No water.
and cut it off, the entire country would shut down in a very short amount of time.
Wow.
Right? So it's that type. So it's like, it's a really unique case. It's also like 60% Chinese descent,
Okay.
Christian, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then next larger set is Malays, so Muslim,
Yeah.
right? And then
Shout out all my Muslims.
Right.
What's up?
Exactly. And then Indian from north to south,
Sure.
and then Pakistan, and then a smattering of mixed race or
Random.
whatever. So
Yeah.
you've got very different ideologies of people living in one very small, crammed area, and managing to make the country work without being at each other's throats about beliefs.
Wow.
So going to school,
Yeah.
every religious holiday was a public holiday.
Oh, I mean, that's a lot.
That is a lot, right? But we at school on that day, at the school cafeteria, you get served the food from,
Nice.
right? Of course, unless you're halal, then
Yeah.
they'll alter the Chinese meal a little bit.
Sure.
But I understood halal and,
Oh,
and
wow,
all
that's
that
amazing.
growing up. And it's not like I understood it as a foreign concept. For me, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro, that's what you do.
Yeah.
I do what I do, you do what you do. So
Yeah.
we would have friends over for Chinese New
Yeah.
Year's, like without the pork. It was like, guys, all that pork.
Yeah.
Go crazy if you want.
Yeah.
But like, I won't tell your mom.
Stuck for a while.
Yeah. And then, but over here is like all the safe stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Or we would go and like celebrate the end of Ramadan with them.
Sure.
Sometimes I'd break fast with them.
Yeah. I mean, you're already doing one meal a day, so like.
Yeah. But I mean, back then I was
Yeah.
just right. But that's Singapore.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's a wild place, but it's very restrictive. It's kids are meant to be seen, not heard. At least when I was growing up, it's still very much like under that type of restrictive control.
Do you still visit?
Yeah, I was back last month.
Family still lives there?
Family still lives there. Mom, dad, grandma, my brothers, all
Okay.
in one house.
Okay.
Back in Singapore.
Okay. So take us back. Law school. You dropped out of law school.
Dropped out of law school.
Okay. Why?
Because I was doing. I got to tort as one of my subjects for that.
Tort, you said?
Yeah, like tort, which is like an area of law.
Okay.
Right. So you got contract law, criminal, and you get to tort. And at the time, also, I was eager to find mentors. So I found a lawyer, and said, "Hey, listen, I'm a hungry kid. I really want to figure this out.
Figure what out?
Just like life,
Okay.
law school, my career.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find stuff, right? Because mom and dad were both corporate slaves.
Gotcha.
Keep your head down.
What'd they
climb
do?
through the ranks. Mom was a good old secretary.
Okay.
Dad worked in IT support,
Gotcha.
right?
Brothers,
and then-
sisters?
Say it again.
You have brothers, sisters?
2 younger brothers.
So you're the oldest.
So I'm the oldest. Yeah, I'm
Gotcha.
the first.
Okay.
I'm
I'm trying to get a
patient,
good-
I'm patient zero.
Okay.
I'm the first one.
Yeah,
that
I'm trying to get a
experiments
good
all this shit
landscape
out.
of
So the
where
most
you're-
smacking was me.
Yeah.
I used to like crush the canes.
the most experiments.
Totally. When my brother used to get smacked, or I knew that he was about to get smacked, I would crush the canes and throw him out the window.
Now the anger makes sense, by the way.
Right. Actually, now that I'm saying it, the anger's like making more sense too. It's not exactly genetic more
Yeah,
than it is.
yeah.
It's not nature more so than it was
Sure,
nurture or the
sure.
lack thereof.
Sure.
But yeah, so dropped out of law school because of the tort thing. Because the mentor that I had, I got to see his practice. So he was a criminal defense lawyer,
Okay.
and his clients were like he represented the triad gangs of Singapore.
Wow.
And from the outside, I was like, that's bad.
Yeah.
And then I get on the inside, and I'm like, holy shit, these guys actually did that.
Like, but he would protect the criminals. He'd protect
Yeah.
the gangs.
Yeah.
So isn't that like shady?
No.
Like, or is that still?
Because everyone
gangs
has a
doing-
right to an attorney.
Sure. Okay.
Someone's got to advocate for this.
Yeah.
So, right? So I got to see that world, and I'm just like, wow, I don't know if I want to be this kind of, like, the money's really nice.
Yeah.
Right? Especially for me back then, because I had a very modest upbringing. Neither,
Sure.
it's not like we were comfortable.
Yeah.
Thank you, mom and dad. But it's not like we were driving
Sure.
European cars
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
that type of stuff, right?
How far is Cambodia from Singapore?
Say it again?
How far is Cambodia from Singapore? Is it very far?
No, not at all. Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia. That's the cluster.
Okay. Super not related, but we're the #1 exporter of Toyota Highlanders to Cambodia.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
A little bit of connection there. Not really at all.
Let's go.
So, okay, you have to explain something about criminal law. So the way I see it is like, let's say this gang person kills somebody, as an example, allegedly, and then I'm their lawyer, but he tells me like, yo, dude, I did kill him, but I still have to defend this guy.
Sure.
Like, morally, how does that make sense for a lawyer?
So a good criminal lawyer will tell you, Hassan,
Yep.
take those morals, shove it up, and let's go to court.
Yeah. A good one. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
You
I
know
would
what I
make a
mean?
bad lawyer, is what you're saying.
You'd make a bad criminal defense lawyer. Because you can, in this closed room,
Yeah.
Hassan, level with me here. Did you actually do it or not?
Yeah.
Right? Because I need to know the full situation.
Sure.
Don't bullshit me right now, because it matters.
Yeah.
Right? So tell me play by play what exactly happened.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I heard it. Thanks. Got it. Are we pleading guilty in court or no?
Yeah.
What do you want to do here?
Yeah. And
I can tell you your options, but you choose.
Yeah.
And now I have to advocate for that. I'll give you my recommendations, but
who pays you? The criminals pay you?
yeah, that's the client. The
Yeah.
client pays you, just like in
Gotcha,
marketing.
Got you. Okay, so I can see how it's good money
Yeah.
because they're running the streets there.
Right.
I mean, they're running the country.
Right. But you turn into a different kind of person.
Yeah.
You can try to, and I've seen people try to intellectualize it and be like, well, someone's going to do this job.
Yeah.
At least I'm honorable this way.
Sure.
Or I give money to charity
Yeah.
or whatever, this, that, and the other. It's like someone's got to defend them.
Yeah.
They intellectualize all that stuff. Power to them. It just wasn't for me. I just realized I'm like, I don't know if I could
Yeah.
do that. Also because I felt, in a lot of ways, I was a young kid. I felt anxious being around these like straight up like killers.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if I said something wrong?
You looked at somebody wrong.
Or I looked, like I did them wrong, or they saw me a
Sure.
certain way. I've seen those movies.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that. I end up in a body bag.
So you were under this mentor. You were seeing the inside of his practice.
That's when I was just like, out.
Okay.
So went to go work in TV.
Random.
Yeah, I just begged my way into a job.
Okay.
I knew I was always drawn to that world.
Were you open to experiencing a bunch of different things? And that's how like TV was like, oh, I
TV,
like TV.
yeah, TV just kind of showed up just because, you know, like back then I had a few people kind of be like, hey, do you think you might want to do the whole like, go to auditions for TV commercial type work because you don't look you look kind of interesting Chinese, right? You got the bridge going on.
Sure.
Your lips aren't like 2 millimeters wide.
What do you think, Sean? Yeah.
All that type of stuff. So, but I was like, I don't want to do that. Like,
Yeah.
this mug looks like a piece of shit. Like, put me into production.
Sure.
I'll do whatever. I'll get water. I just want to learn this world.
Yeah.
So did that. Ended up working reality TV.
So you were doing production.
Yeah, I was in production company, like
Cool,
production office.
Singapore.
So behind the scenes stuff.
Singapore still. Okay.
Singapore still. And then 08, 09,
When I was in high school.
decided to move to Australia and then got there just to continue my
Australia,
TV work.
why?
Well, a lot of the Australian government happened to be putting up a lot of money to win Hollywood business. So a lot of the Thors were starting to get shot there
Okay.
in Australia. Two, also because, you know, like I said, Singapore's safe and structured, but very restrictive,
Sure.
right? It's not exactly where, back then, during my time at least, it's not exactly a country where you go, I'm going to fully express myself and just try different stuff or
Yeah.
whatever, right? Whereas Australia, any kind of Western country, I guess, you just are more encouraged for self-expression or, you know, put it this way, you get an ounce of weed in Singapore, there could be a very good case made that you will not be alive when they sentence you.
Wow.
Right? If you wanted to just explore your mind
Sure.
through that type of a thing,
Sure.
or psilocybin or whatever. In Australia, it's like a slap on the wrist. It's like, mate,
So you should do
don't
more.
do that, mate. You know, like,
Yeah.
don't do drugs, mate. And so I was like, yeah, let's try that type of a life.
So TV, you were still with
So I
that
was still
production company,
working-
and then
No,
did that-
so I was just like freelancing.
Okay.
Right, but I was in the production office, and then same kind of type of deal. I thought I'll go do that in Australia, and then stay there. Been there ever since.
Okay.
Still in the same spot. But while I was working in that world, one day, this book called The 4-Hour Workweek showed
Yeah.
up with this random dude, Tim Ferriss.
Yeah, yeah,
And I read that and went, "You can do that?
yeah,
You can do that?
yeah.
Cool, okay." Following year, founded a tech startup with a buddy of mine. He was a tech side.
Okay.
I was the business sales and like industry
Yeah.
know-how side. Tried to raise, do all that. This was also back when we were like tinkering around in Power Editor. You young ones would
I don't
not
even
know
know
what
Power
Power
Editor.
Editor is. That was what Facebook Ad Manager was called back then.
Okay.
Power Editor.
Power
also at
Editor.
the same time where you could target like American Express Platinum card holders.
Wow.
You know, like mega
Wow.
targeting back then, right?
Wow.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
what us oldies called the good years.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you know, it was just easy mode.
Sure,
it
sure.
really was like.
How early were you on
performance
in Facebook ads or Power Editor?
2000. Well, I founded my startup in 2014. So around that time, like 2014, 2015.
So the tech startup had to do with ads as well,
No, but
Okay.
we needed customer, like, we
Gotcha.
needed to do our own acquisition.
and you needed to figure that out.
And I needed to figure that
Okay.
out because my other guys, like, in the code building product.
Sure.
I'm the one that had to show up with the numbers.
Got you.
Right? So, and we were trying to raise too. And when you're raising, what you really need is a strong narrative
Yeah.
of new user acquisition.
Sure.
Otherwise, it's just like, I'm not going to invest in a dud.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Show me you got something here.
Yeah.
So I was that guy hitting the pavement, but then also learning about this, like, wow, you can do that?
Yeah, yeah.
You can target within this radius, but exclude these people, but include those types of people.
Yeah.
And there's targeting for like when they last bought a car.
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
Yeah.
So it really opened my mind and my my world view.
Yeah.
Tried to raise, didn't work out, and then was a freelance CMO on the side. I'll just start offering myself up as freelance CMO because people start asking.
Yeah.
All these, especially when you're a startup ecosystem, other startups start asking.
Sure,
'cause
sure.
Cohorts come by every year.
Yeah.
That eventually led to me being like a fractional CFO for like a beverage brand.
Okay.
Retail first, non-D2C, retail
Sure.
first, right? So I got to learn a lot about that retail world as well, and try to show that D2C world, but infrastructure was completely different back then. This was like 2016, 17, early Shopify, super early Shopify. Back when like Tim Ferriss, you could win a master, like a sit down one-on-one with Tim Ferriss. It's one of like the Shopify masters. Or
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did you win it?
No. Oh. So that type of time. But yeah, man. So then did that for a while. Eventually met my original co-founder, Scott.
Yeah.
And 2017, and then started the agency, and then went boom.
Do you consider yourself a marketer?
Yeah, dude.
By the way, we got big boy Shaq in the building.
I consider myself a marketer. What do you consider yourself?
Let's go. Shaq, you got to be on the podcast, bro. We live right next to each other.
Never been
man.
invited.
I know, but I'm going to. You're testing.
No, it's
Fountain
right now.
Valley.
And
I'm right here. But every time I see you, you're traveling somewhere. You're always traveling somewhere.
Q4, we're in state play. We're in state play. I think with the boy.
You heard it here, and it's being recorded live.
If you can't
come?
if you can't
By the way, I think one of your
if you can't hear what
clients-
Shaq is saying, he's staying put for Q4.
Good to see you.
By the way, we got to talk about your event. I love this event has been amazing so far. Can you shout out Commerce Roundtable real quick? Shout out real quick.
Yeah, Commerce Roundtable, man. This has been a long time coming. I've run events for 10 plus years, but if I'm able to pull in kids from like Asian kids with ponytails from Australia, you know it's a vibe. No, I will say all
We
honesty.
made now.
The very first time, you might be able to talk about this. Dee and I did an event in Spain over 10 years ago at this point, which was the original Geek Out. Never met him before, saw each other online in Timber's ad leaks and Facebook ad buyers group. He was talking about some strategies and stuff, and so then that's where Dee and I kind of like blossomed together. And then the event space has evolved over time, and there's just so many different ways that events are done or ran. And I think this one, we're running like pre-rolls before the topics.
Slaps, bro.
It's
It slaps.
crazy.
It
How are
slaps.
you guys able to maintain this price point for the tickets? Because you guys do. There's free food. There's
It's
lunch,
hard, bro. This venue alone is multi six figures.
How does that make sense? Like,
It doesn't, dude. First off, it doesn't. It can work because so we did a good amount of tickets at the $300, $400. It's not super expensive,
yeah.
but some of the agency guys or some of the vendors, they're gonna pay a little more to get in the room, which makes sense, as they should. So I think the numbers really do net out, but it's hard because as soon as we make this net, it goes right into Texas, because it basically is a lot of cash up front and then a lot of cash out. So it is really rough, but it is worth the time.
Next event is going to be in Austin, 300-person event in April, and then we're coming back to San Diego. I'll be here again for San Diego.
Let's go.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it, guys. That was the only hijacking I approve of. I asked you, do you consider yourself a marketer? Like, do you see, when you think of yourself, are you like, dude, I'm a markemarketing guy?
Define marketer.
How do you define marketing?
No. Do me a favor.
I think
I'm curious to know
yeah.
your
When I
take.
think of marketing is someone who is able to bring value, meaning customers, to someone's business in any shape or form. So whether it's in print, whether they go and it's almost like sales on steroids. I think that's someone who can sell a product or help a company sell a product to more than one person. That's what I think marketing is.
Right. Got you.
Maybe that's a dumbed down version.
I don't think it's a dumbed down version. It's just an interesting.
Young version, maybe.
It's not even that.
Okay.
It's not even that. It's interesting. It's almost like the parable of the 8 blind monks hugging an elephant.
Tell us that.
Have you heard of that parable before?
No.
The parable pretty much goes: there are 8 blind monks hugging an elephant, touching and holding an elephant.
Yeah.
Right? The blind monks were asking each other, "Hey, what is an elephant like?" And one says, "Wow, an elephant's like a tree." And another one goes, "Wow, an elephant's like a big fan." And then another one goes like, "I don't know what it is, but an elephant's kind of fuzzy and tickles your ear, or the tail or something."
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Oh no, an elephant's a hose.
Yeah.
So marketing is such this. It's this
Yeah.
elephant.
No, you're right.
So we can view it from so many lenses.
Yeah.
Do I view myself as a marketer? Absolutely.
Yeah.
In terms of including all of the different scopes of marketer,
Yeah.
right? So because I come from filmmaking, I really appreciate and understand brand.
Yeah.
And not brand visual. I mean brand. Say the word Nike to someone, they feel some kind of way about it.
Yeah.
Say the word Spirit Airlines.
Yeah.
They'll feel some way about it.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? That mention of brand and the visual
Connection,
image
yeah.
that shows up immediately.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate when brands play around with the deviation of that also.
Yeah.
But then I also appreciate this other side where it's like, to your point, sales on steroids,
Yeah.
done through the internet or done through a Red Bull little Aston
Sure.
Martin or Mini Cooper
Yeah.
car showing up
Yeah.
at local colleges with the giant bazooka Red
Yeah.
Bull can, doing that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So because it's fun to me, and
Yeah.
the most fun part of me is the human element.
Sure.
Marketing can change across all disciplines.
Yeah.
Performance marketer, brand marketer, content marketer,
Yeah.
right? Like out of home. The common denominator is we're all fucking with a human mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
That part's super fun to me.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely.
That's the funnest part.
You know,
It's like,
some people ask me, they're like, oh, you're into marketing. Like, what'd you go to school for? Did you go to school for marketing? I was like, no, I went to school for psychology. And like,
did you really?
yeah, and I had no idea I was going to get into marketing.
Right.
But like, it has a lot to do with speaking to a human at a human level. I don't know.
Right,
So,
right. Or saying the right things to make humans behave in certain
Yeah,
ways.
and I think it's a very,
It's straight up psyops, bro.
yeah, I think it's a very responsible is not the word. It's a very, with great power comes great responsibility.
Sure.
Like, I think there needs to be more, not that there's not good in the marketing space, but I think the more we have good marketers, the better the world's going to be. I really think so, because they have the power to, I mean, look, we're seeing this war right now, Israel, Gaza. What does Israeli media do? Like, then I look at it from a marketing perspective, and I'm just looking at all these different, I look at politics, government, and I'm like, okay, who are the marketers behind this?
Well, my bro, now you're talking about propaganda. Now you're talking about state propaganda. Yeah.
Propaganda is marketing, a part of.
I'm sure
yeah.
I'm sure the political science people would kind of argue the other way,
Yeah,
like
whatever.
you marketers, whatever. Propaganda is where it's really at. I mean, but it's the same type of deal, right?
Yeah.
It's psyops,
Yeah.
and that's the part that's really exciting and interesting to
Yeah.
me. The fact that it is psyops. I mean, the only reason why America is one of the most the titan of has been the titan of the world for a really long time was also
Yeah.
because of the Americanization, the globalization of America through media.
Yeah.
Hollywood movies touched the world for ages.
Yeah.
Right? Every corner of the world. You don't
Yeah.
name me a more thriving entertainment country than the US of A.
Yeah.
Translated in all different languages. So American stories got seeped into other cultures.
Yeah.
That's the reason why you're here, and that's the reason why I sound the way I sound, and my
Yeah.
angst back when I was a kid, all that. Like,
Yeah.
it drew people from other nations in here
Yeah.
in a time when like there was no internet.
Yeah. Would you? So I know earlier today I want to ask you this. So like, I asked if you're a marketer. You say you're a marketer. Yes. They talked earlier today. I don't know if you're watching, but for the subscription guy, he said you have to know your natural CAC.
Jordan?
Yeah. Do you know
Love
if you? That was amazing. It was like one of the best presentations ever. If you were to look back as you were raised, is there any natural tendencies that you were like, oh, you know what? That was actually me marketing when I was younger. Or like I had this. So like for me, when I was younger, I tried to figure out, and I figured this out in a podcast. I was interviewing one of my coaches, and I had this story. I always tell a story of like how I got into marketing, and it was my first direct mail campaign. I had no idea. And then he was like, oh, Hassan, like, remember you used to like bleach your hair and you used to put like Chinese symbols. And he's like, you were trying to get attention since you were in high school.
Sure.
Right? So like, did
Sure.
you ever, if you look back where you're like, you know what, like these were some things, some skills that I had that I didn't even know that that translated really well into
Yeah.
my marketing.
100%. It's observation. So for me, with my team, I say the same exact thing. If you can just stand back and observe and
Yeah.
watch what's really happening.
Yeah.
So observation for me back then was, ooh, these parents actually asked these kids, all these fair-skinned people seem to want to know one another's opinions and give them pats on the back and be like, wow, that's a great choice. And I was like, wow, that's really different. So the contrast was fascinating to me, right? To listen to, and then because I got to see South African families and English families and
Sure.
American families and the nuances between
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, there's different kind of white.
Yeah.
White just isn't white.
Yeah.
There's like, you know.
That's
like,
very deep. It's almost like you're saying that, and I'm thinking of like identifying your target audience, right? You know, sometimes when you
That's
think you
the-
can sell to everybody, it's like, and then you're like, no, actually, this is light brown and this is dark brown.
Right.
You know, and that comes from observing. It's
Right.
like, hey, they may look the same, but they're not the same.
Right. It's like me trying to explain to my Western friends, right, what this means. because they're like, dude, right? This, and I'm like, just because this happens,
Yeah.
it's not a yes.
Yeah.
It's not a no. It's just this. I wish I could explain it to you in some other kind of way, but if you lived here for 2 years, you'd get this. Yeah. But otherwise,
Wow. That's deep. That's deep.
so it's that, right? It's
Yeah.
being able to ask what. So what was fun for me is to go, how does this person see the world?
Yeah.
So in a way, the people pleasing part.
Hey guys, I wanted to hop in here real quick. If you're enjoying the Dee Deng podcast, I have some good news and I have some bad news. The good news is the podcast continues. The bad news is my mics died completely. We tried to recreate the audio, AI voices. It did not work. But for those that are super interested, I continued asking Dee questions and actually made it into a blog form. So I'll give you the link below and you guys could actually digest the rest of the podcast via written content. If not, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you guys want to follow Dee Deng online, you can follow him everywhere. Dee Deng. All right, guys. We'll see you.